Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jess and this is Jess Make It, the DIY channel where I sew my way to a new wardrobe. Today we are jumping on the bandwagon and we are making American Duchess's 1910 wrap cape. I'm so excited for this project, you have no idea. So let's get started. So this wrap cape has been all over the internet and I have been just drooling over waiting for a chance to make it. One of the great things about moving to Ontario is that we actually get fall here. On Vancouver Island, we got like summer, which was beautiful and wonderful, and then rainy season, which was wet and gloomy. Here, we get that transition. I can't wait. It's going to be great. All the sweater weather. So I want to get this done today, pretty much. I have a few different fabrics that'll work, but I'm not 100% sure how much fabric I'll need. The instructions say 2 to 3 meters. So the first thing I'm going to do is the pattern doesn't come with like a PDF where you can like print and tape it together. Sorry, my cat is being mildly annoying. I'm gonna let him out. I'll be right back. He does not understand the concept that he cannot be both out and into the room at the same time. Yeah, he's a handsome little devil. Okay, so it doesn't come with like a big PDF that you print it off and glue it all together. It comes with a gridded one. I've never actually had to transfer over a gridded pattern to anything before. So I am going to figure out what I have that I can trace it with. I'm hoping I don't have to actually draw because the grid is like 1 inch by 1 inch. Focus. There you go. So basically I just use this as a guide to draw out the pattern on my tracing paper, and then we'll see how much fabric I'll need to make this and we can pick something out of my stash. Okay, perfect. I'm going to get to tracing. I have all my pattern pieces cut out. I'm super nervous about 2 things. 1, I don't know if I drew it out properly. I'm a little concerned about that. I have to remember to add seam allowance when I cut out the fabric, which is fine, and I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned that I don't have enough fabric. The pattern says 2 to 3 meters of wool. So I have this, and there's only about 2.4 meters in here. And that was all they had at the fabric store when I went to go purchase it. And I do have another fabric I could use, but I'm not quite in love. I think like a black cape with a nice contrast will be perfect. The pattern does call for a wool. I don't have another wool that I could use. I have the other fabric, but it's really heavy and I think it needs to be lighter. So I did find this in my stash, which I think will be a really nice contrast to the black for the lining. So I might, I'm going to think about it for a little bit. I might take another peek and see what I can find, because this is definitely like a polyester blend and it doesn't look like I've pre-washed it. Again, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna go take a break because I am really warm now. I swear my air conditioning does not work in this room. And yeah, I'm gonna go take another peek, see what I can find, and see if I have enough of this one. Because if I don't have enough of this one, I have to think of another liner. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that. See you guys in a bit. So, quick costume change. It was very humid today and I was sweating so bad it was not working out for me. I went back through all of my fabric and made some choices. I'm not going to do a muslin, even though I really should. So do as I say, not as I do. Do a muslin. But I did have this black pant weight. It is a polyester blend, but for doing I guess I am doing a muslin a little bit. I'm going to make the pattern out of fabric I like, but don't really care too much about, so if it messes up, it's okay. And then if it works and fits me properly, I will go out and buy some really nice wool to make a second one out of. But I had this fabric, which is nice and soft. I purchased it actually at the beginning of COVID, because I had planned to make myself a winter jacket, and then I never did. So I think it would look really cute as a cape. It's nice and textured, nice and soft, and it's got some good drape to it. So that's what I'm going to do. And if this works out and fits well, I will buy a nice contrast for the black that I have, because it turned out I needed just under 2 meters, so I do have enough of the black. And I will probably make a second one, because if this works out, I have a funny feeling it's going to be one of my favorites. Okay, I am going to get to sewing because I've already cut all the pieces. I have to transfer over some markings for the many, many, many long darts. There's a dozen long darts. Yeah, a dozen long darts. And lining those up are going to be really fun. I'm going to get to that. And yeah, it's sewing time. Okay, so I don't think I did a very good job of copying over the pattern because my shoulder seams don't line up. So I tried to center it as best I can, and now I'm going to put on the sleeve and do a test fit because I'm still kind of nervous that this isn't going to work. I've only worked on the lining so far in case I have to make any adjustments. I'm kind of wishing I would have held off on cutting out my main fabric. Oh, we'll see how it goes. I might need to recut. Hopefully not. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut and line this up so it matches. But I'm going to try pinning on the sleeve first and see how that goes. So all I have left now is to do all this over again, but with the main fabric, which is right here. Actually, together it might give me like a Sherlock Holmes vibe. Okay, we'll keep plugging away. I have 6 more darts to sew, 2 more shoulder seams, and 2 more sleeves to get on. Yeah, I really hope it fits. So it's now the second day, and yesterday I finished getting the outer part of the cape done, and I'm absolutely loving it. I know this is supposed to just be my mock-up, but it is fabulous. And I got the collar done. Unfortunately, I didn't record finishing the outer because my battery died, and I really wanted to keep sewing, so I just kept going. but it was the exact same as the liner. The only difference was the collar. So today all I have to do is get the two pieces sewn together. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not going to turn the camera around just quite yet because I'm still in my pajamas. I was just so excited to look at it again and I wanted to share it with you guys. I think my only concern is that the wrap's not going to be quite long enough, but I can always just add an extension to it because, oh, excuse me, no one's going to see it. So I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee and get dressed and then finish sewing my cape. Oh, I love her so much. I can't wait. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, I have devised a plan of attack. I'm going to pin everything together, the right sides together, and I'm going to start sewing from the middle of the collar down one front piece. I'm going to leave the front pieces open because I think I'm going to have to insert a bit of an extension, but I'm not sure yet. And then I'm going to go from the armpit down one sleeve, armpit down one side, along the bottom, but leaving a gap so I can turn it, and then do the same thing on the other side. And that way, hopefully everything will stay nice and neat and work. Because I really want to wear this. I am over the moon. And if this doesn't fit together, I'm going to cry a little inside. So, wish me luck. Oh my goodness, it was like an hour ironing this, but it's so close to being done. So I think I'm okay. I'm like holding it and I probably got like 3 and maybe 1.5 inches on each side. But I love it so much. I can't wait to wear this outside and make another one. Look at this collar. I love that little detail. I do think I am going to do some top stitching just to keep it from rolling out. But look at the darts. Oh, this is the cape of my dreams. I can't wait. I'm so happy. Okay. So I still have the back where I flipped it to sew closed, and I am going to top stitch. I got to get I have these little guys. They're actually for pants. Okay, focus. Never wants to focus for me. They're little pant closures. And I'm going to use those. They're a little bit more substantial than a regular hook and eye, but works on the same concept. So that's my plan, is to use those. I have them here and I don't have any eyelets, so those work. Oh, I could just I could live in it. I'm so ecstatic with the way it turned out. And it went together really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna get this all finished.
They are coming across, and so that's not to say that as a beginner your interpretation
Oh, it was way too warm for that turtleneck. But my cape is done. She's beautiful. I love her. And I can't wait for it to get a little cooler so I can wear her all the time. I'm so happy with how the whole thing turned out. Now I do want to note that I am not attempting to recreate historical garments in an accurate way at all. I mean, I used my serger. I didn't do much hand stitching. But I definitely think that this cape has opened a can of worms for me. I definitely enjoyed the whole process and I love the way it looks, I love the way it fits, and I think this might be a new beginning. Looking more into Victorian styling, but I don't think I would get into the historical costume making at this point. I think I'd just like to find some pieces that would really, I could modernize and fit into my everyday wardrobe versus doing the big full-length skirts and corsets and bustles and all of the things. I do really appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into those things. I just think at this point in time it's not for me. However, I love the style and I really want to figure out a way of incorporating that into my wardrobe. So I think that this YouTube channel is kind of starting to find its voice, figure out where it's going, and I'm looking forward to my next project, which I think is going to be a waistcoat. Not 100% sure. I downloaded a pattern and it seems very intimidating, but I think I might be up for the challenge and we'll see how that goes. So thank you guys so very much. I highly recommend making this wrap cape. Definitely beginner friendly, great for all skill levels, and super fashionable. I can't wait to wear it out. Oh, and probably make another one. I'm thinking in Hufflepuff colors because I am a Hufflepuff. Okay, well you guys, thank you again for joining me and sticking around to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!